Hey, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. When I was a Falcon, there was BGRSO. Now it's Falcon Media Sports Network. Keep up with all BGSU sports news and action by following BG_FMSN on Twitter/X and check out BGFalconMedia.com. Hi, Ziggy.
We are set for a Tuesday night action battle here at the Stroh Center. The Bowling Green Falcons men's basketball team welcoming in the Kent State Golden Flashes. Bowling Green still fighting to get a spot in the MAC tournament in Cleveland in just about a month or so, while the Golden Flashes come into this one on a 4-game winning streak, the second longest winning streak active in the Mid-American Conference. Joined alongside Artie Abrego, I'm Tyler Kaplitz. Artie, we got a good one set here, a big matchup for Bowling Green if they could steal a win today.
Oh, definitely one of the top teams in the conference in the Golden Flashes, who are currently 4th with 7-5 in wins. And Bowling Green just kind of struggling right now to stay alive, 4-8. They're 10th in the conference, right behind Central Michigan. So they're just sort of struggling right now to stay alive with their 10-15 record. You're 8 games behind. You got 6 games left. You got to win at least 4 if you want to slip in and sneak into Cleveland.
Just had the national anthem play, and we got a few more minutes, about 8 minutes before scheduled tip-off. So we'll start by looking at this Golden Flashes team. Like I mentioned, 4-game winning streak. They've won 5 of the past 6. The first win in that 6-game stretch was against Bowling Green back on January 28th. They defeated the Falcons 75-57. This is the 175th all-time meeting between these two teams. While Bowling Green leads the series, 89-85, Kent State Artie, they've won 11 straight games against the Falcons. They've been dominant in this series as of late.
Definitely, it's sort of demoralizing when you lose a game to a rival, but you know, when you get down to double digits, to 11, it kind of affects you a lot. And this team, Bowling Green, they're looking for another win. They're coming off a good win against Buffalo, 63-53, trying to stay alive. You're 3-2 in your past 5 games. You got to get a win here. And then you got Toledo on Friday as well. So a win against Kent would do you good if you're going to stay alive in this tough conference.
Definitely, and this Kent team, this Kent program, one of the most consistent in the country. They have 27 straight seasons with a record of 500 or better, and they're one of just 8 teams in the entire nation to not have a losing season this century. And, they've just, under Rob Senderoff, have been that epitome of consistency in the Mid-American Conference and overall as a program. Looking at this Kent State team this season, what sticks out to you most in terms of the strengths and weaknesses for this Golden Flashes team?
Well, the strength, number one, is defense. You look at the stats, 66. Their opponents averaged 66 points against them. Bowling Green only scored 57 points with an offense that we know of guys like Derek Butler, Javante Campbell, Mark Johnson. They only got 57 in that game against Kent State. Scoring is a little bit weaker for them. They average about 71.3% from 71.3% points per game. They shoot about 42.4% from the field, so a little bit lower percentage, especially compared to Bowling Green, who shoot from 44.6% from the field. But they're really good assist numbers. They got good block numbers. They have good steals numbers with 7.7. So a really strong defensive team. And if you're Bowling Green, you've got to get off to a hot start earlier today.
Yeah, like you mentioned, first in the Mid-American Conference in scoring defense, field goal, and three-point defense are the Golden Flashes. Looking over at this Bowling Green team, they're a team that has struggled to find consistency this season. They are seeking today, if they pull off a win, it would be the first time that they have had back-to-back conference wins this season. They've only won back-to-back games twice this year. That's their longest winning streak this year, is just 2 games. What sticks out to you for this Bowling Green team in the numbers?
Well, I think Bowling Green, they're a pretty good scoring team, I would say, consistently this season. They've had some rough outings past couple since they got into the MAC conference schedule. I mean, 74.5.8 points per game, but they allow a really high number of points against them from opponents with 75.7. So just 0.1 points separating the points you score and the points your opponents score. You shoot good from the field at 44.6%, but your assist numbers are really low at 11.4, so that's last in the conference, so you're 12th there. But those steal numbers are really great at 7.9, and your bench points are improving since you moved Derek Butler to the second unit ever since he had that illness a couple of weeks ago. So things are improving if you're Bowling Green. You're 3-2 in the past 5 games, coming off a win against Buffalo. It's just a matter of, can you beat these top teams in the conference when they have 6 games left to play, and you need to win now more than ever.
Definitely, and I was listening into the post-game press conference for Kent State against Ohio. Had a couple sound bites, some quotes that I really found interesting by this Kent State team talking about how they play. Rob Senderoff, the head coach, of course, one of the best head coaches in the Mid-American Conference, talking about how the play style for this Kent State team has changed throughout the year. He said that early on in the season they were settling for a lot of jump shots, and they've made it an emphasis on driving the ball, playing with physicality, playing with toughness, not settling, and that has gotten them to the free throw line. Obviously, like we mentioned, a great free throw shooting team. They are 75.9% from the line, second best in the MAC. And then it was Delreco Gillespie talking about rebounding. They are a very good rebounding team, 36 rebounds a game, 32.2 allowed. So they are 4th in the MAC in rebounds per game and 2nd in how little they hold their opponents to on the glass. And Gillespie said that that's what they do, called the team dogs, that they get to the glass, they offense rebound, block out, hit first, and just get rebounds. That's what this Kent State team does.
And this team that's really hungry, I think, just for success. They've won a lot, as you mentioned. They're one of the only teams this century to not have a losing season yet. But also, you argue they could have won, they should have won the MAC championship last season. They fell up just short against Akron after a bad foul by Julius Rollins in that championship game. So this is a team that came into the season very hungry, ready to get back to that successful season they had prior, at just the 8th seed in the tournament. So they're hungry. We know Rob Senderoff believes in these guys, 264 wins as head coach. So they're definitely ready for some success.
So before we get to the starting lineups, real quickly, give me some players to watch for both teams and some quick keys to the game.
Well, number 1 player for Kent State you got to watch is number 1, Von Cameron Davis, averaging 15.4 points per game this season and 3.9 rebounds. He's been a really consistent piece for them. Jalen Sullinger, as always, the former MAC 6th player of the year, always consistent, 13.6 points per game. And also a lot of guys coming up. Cian Medley coming off a career high, 21 points in just his last outing. So those are 3 guys we're looking out for. For Bowling Green, you got your usual suspects. Javante Campbell, 20 points against Buffalo. Marcus Johnson always scoring those high numbers, 16.2 points per game. And then Derek Butler coming off the bench. He's been really consistent ever since joining that second unit.
Definitely has been. So we do have the starting lineups in. For Kent State, Von Cameron Davis going to be in that starting rotation as expected. He has been the leading scorer for this team this season, 15.4 points per game. Alongside him will be Cian Medley, 5'11" guard from Sicklerville, New Jersey. Jalen Sullinger, someone this Bowling Green team knows very well. He's 5'10" guard from Columbus, Ohio. MAC 6th Man of the Year 2 seasons ago. He will be in that starting lineup. Mike Bakelja, 6-foot graduate guard from Solon, Ohio. And rounding out the starting 5, Delreco Gillespie, 6'8" junior forward from Benton Harbor, Michigan. No surprises there for Kent State. For Bowling Green, it's going to be Trey Thomas, the senior guard from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Jemai Felt, the big man down low, 6'10", redshirt freshman from Boston, Massachusetts. Javante Campbell, who we're continuing to watch this steals chase. He's now 2nd all-time in BJ single-season steals with 74. He needs 8 more to tie DeMar Moore's BG single-season record of 82. Dejon Humphrey also in the starting lineup. He is a senior guard from Detroit, Michigan. Humphrey, also another guy we're going to keep watching during this game. 12 points away from 1,000 career collegiate points for Dejon Humphrey. And then Marcus Johnson rounds out the starting 5, the leading scorer for the Falcons, 2nd leading scorer in the MAC, with 16.4 points per game.
One thing about Dejan, he would be the third Falcon this season to hit the 1,000-point mark.
He would be.
Derek Butler hit it earlier this season, so did Trey Thomas, right in the Stroh Center. So he's got a really good chance here tonight in the starting lineup to join that number with his teammates.
He definitely does. He had an off game last time against Kent State, 24 minutes, no points, 0 for 2 from the field, both attempts three-pointers, but that also was one of his first games back from injury, so he'll look to rebound with a stronger performance here. Jersey-wise, we're seeing this Bowling Green team still being introduced. This Kent State team is going to be going with their Navy jerseys. Have to wait to see what they have across the chest, but interesting to note, they've only worn these jerseys 4 times this season already. Kent State's undefeated, 4-0 in their Navy jerseys. So not a great sign for the Falcons off the bat.
Well, I mean, hopefully they don't believe in superstitions like that, but it's sort of tough not to when you see it on the score sheet. Obviously, you got to wear what you feel comfortable in, and if you're 4-0 in those uniforms, you're going to wear them all the time.
A lot of athletes are very superstitious. So like I mentioned, the Navy uniforms for Kent State, some yellow trim down in the shorts. It is the gold numbering and gold Kent State across the chest for the Golden Flashes. Good turnout in the student section here tonight. Star Wars Day. We will have the BG Lightsabers Club performing at halftime. Everyone excited
Definitely
to see that.
excited about that.
Bowling Green's going to be wearing their all whites with the brown and orange BGSU across the chest and the orange numbering. They are 5-2 in these jerseys this season, 12-5 wearing them in the Todd Simon era.
You got a little Star Wars intro, The Mandalorian.
We do.
I think that's season 2, episode 8.
Gotta love some John Williams, right?
Yeah, good score.
Gotta love some
good
John
score.
Williams. It'll be Delreco Gillespie for Kent State, Jemai Felt for Bowling Green at the center to tip this one off. Still waiting for that video to end just a little bit. They're getting realigned. They're taking a second for the jump ball here. We have a whistle, and it's Jemai Felt who wins the tip-off. Bowling Green will start with the ball. They'll be going from left to right across your radio dials into the BGSU student section. Kent State moving away from the student section, going right to left. Jemai Felt hands it off to Javante Campbell. Campbell driving inside, still wearing that right brace on his hand. Puts up a layup, does not go, highly contested. Offensive rebound by Jemai Felt. His putback spins out, no good.
Just in and out for Jemai Felt. Great job boxing out great job boxing out the Kent State player. Just couldn't finish that one.
Ball handed off here to Bekelja. Now to Davis. Davis puts up a fadeaway jumper at the free throw line. That goes Von Cameron Davis on the board early. First points of this one, Kent State out 2-0.
Yeah, and Von Cameron Davis is so dangerous in that mid-range game. 43.9%. That's what he's shooting from the field. He's been so good for Kent State all season.
Nice pass here by Javante Campbell to a cutting Trey Thomas inside. He is fouled, kind of a horse collar foul there in the painted area. His layup nearly went in, just spun out, so he will go to the line for 2 instead of a 3-point play.
And good job by Trey to sort of sell that momentum a little bit, make it look more like he's falling backwards into that foul. That's going to draw it for his first trip to the line.
Got a picture of inside the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon on the scoreboard here for free throws.
They have Kent State as the Death Star.
They do. We got some nice laser sound effects.
Yeah, this is a nice touch.
Trey Thomas hits both from the line. Solid free throw shooter, 76.1%. He is currently 8th in the MAC with 47 three-pointers. He ties it up 2-2. Medley with it, gives it to Hornbeek, top of the key. He drops it here to Solinger. Solinger driving inside at the block. Fadeaway jumper towards baseline goes. A little bit of a floater there, not so much a jumper. Either way, 4-2 Kent State. About a minute 15 past here. Marcus Johnson gets the defender to miss on the fake on the 3 and nails it from the top of the key. Marcus Johnson puts Bowling Green ahead by 1.
I feel like we're running out of words to describe how impressive Marcus Johnson is on those shots, but just such a good job to fake up the defender, step up and connect with that 3. Great arch on that shot.
He's averaged just 12.3 points per game over the past 3 games, so good to see him get going early. On the other end, Von Cameron Davis, straight away top of the key, three-pointer, bounced off front rim, but fell. So Kent State back out ahead, 7-5, nearly 2 minutes past here in the first half. Javante Campbell with it for Bowling Green at the free throw line, driving inside, backing down his defender. He's going to shuffle his feet, trying to get a pass to Jemai Felt. Easy travel call for the officials. Bowling Green with their first turnover of the game.
Yeah, just too many steps there by Javante. You know, he's so focused on that inside game, getting on the inside, scoring on the inside. At 20 against Buffalo, took all those shots from inside the paint, but just too many steps there when he was driving inside.
Solinger with it. Gives it up top. Going to be a jumper taken by Medley, mid-range. Too strong off back iron. Trey Thomas comes up with the rebound. Thomas passes it up court to Campbell, back to Thomas, fakes a deep three-pointer, moving inside mid-range, gives it off to Campbell, now to Johnson in the corner. Johnson fading to his right. Tough defense by Von Cameron Davis. The three-pointer's off the mark. Kent State takes it the other way. It's Sion Medley with it. He drops it off to Davis on the block, guarded by Jemai Felt. This is going to be the matchup to watch if you're Bowling Green. Jemai Felt versus Davis. Felt gets an errant shot there by Von Cameron, but there is a foul called on Jemai. So Jemai Felt's first personal foul. Von Cameron Davis goes to the line for 2.
I'm not sure I agree with that foul, Tyler, if I'm being honest. I didn't really see any huge contact there that would draw a whistle, but then again, we are up here. The officials might have a better view than us.
It looks like Davis worked around him a little bit. Felt wasn't able to be square. Had some contact there. The officials called it. Davis hits the first at the line. 76.5% from the free throw line this season. Last time out against Bowling Green on the 28th of January. Davis scored 24 points, had 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Hit 10 of his 16 shots from the field, 4 for 7 from deep. A monster game last time against the Falcons. He goes 2 for 2 from the line. Kent State up by 4 early, 9-5, 17 minutes to play in the first half. If you're just tuning in, Tyler Kavlitz alongside Artie Abrego from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Kent State comes into this one 4th in the MAC, Bowling Green 10th. Jemai Felt inside, gets the layup to go. He is fouled. He'll go to the line for a 3-point play.
And Jemai Felt, he was by himself for a solid 3 seconds there. No Kent State defenders around him. It's pretty tough for a 6'10 guy like him to sneak past everybody, but he managed to do it.
Definitely. Gillespie checks out here after committing that foul. Claron Hornbeek will come back into the game.
Felt a pretty good, decent free throw shooter for his size. 58.5% from the charity stripe this season.
He hits that one, converts the 3-point play. Bowling Green trails by just 1 now. Still very on early in the game. 3 minutes and 2 seconds past. Score stands 9-8 Golden Flashes.
Did a good job, Bowling Green, early of keeping up with Kent State, this offense and defense. Hopefully they can keep it up throughout the first half.
After that free throw, Felt checked out. Wilkins Jr. exact checks in. It's Solinger with the ball, switches off to Javante Campbell. This is a matchup BG likes. Trying to switch off to exact, they can't get it. Hornbeek with it at the free throw line. Jumper does not go, almost stuck in the back iron. Exact with the rebound. Gives it to Trey Thomas. Thomas, a floor general for this team. Has it top of the key. He's guarded by Sion Medley. Scored a career-high 24 points last time out against Ohio on Saturday. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Gives it off to Johnson. Now to Campbell in the corner. Campbell running inside baseline. Finds Exact down low. Exact cannot finish on the layup. Von Cameron Davis with the rebound.
Yeah, just too much contact when Exact went up for that layup. Wasn't able to fully connect on his shot.
Medley with it, driving inside, finds Hornbeek. Now outside to Bekelja. His corner 3 in front of the Bowling Green bench, no good. Trey Thomas with it in transition, driving inside. Hornbeek rejects him. Kent State taking the other way. Solinger with it. Bowling Green's defense, 4 of them find the defense back there quick. Medley wide open for a 3, can't hit it. Bowling Green did really well in that transition defense. Medley missed an open shot, though.
So both teams are now 1 for 4 in their past 4 shots.
Marcus Johnson, deep three-pointer moving to his right, gets it to go. 2 early three-pointers for Marcus Johnson, puts Bowling Green up by 2. 11-9.
And this is what you want to see from Bowling Green. The teamwork, getting off to a hot start early, building momentum. Marcus Johnson hitting those big shots is exactly the start you want to get off to if you're head coach Ty Simon.
Deflection there by Bowling Green, trying to get it top of the key to Von Cameron Davis. We do have a whistle. Not exactly sure what that is about just yet. It will take us to the under 16 media timeout. We will tell you what that whistle was for when we come back. Bowling Green on a 6-0 run currently. They lead the Golden Flashes 11-9. You're listening to BGSU men's basketball here on Falcon Radio. For all BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN and head over to BGFalconmedia.com. For all BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN and head over to BGFalconmedia.com.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hovey on the BGSU volleyball team, and these are my Falcon 4 off-day activities. My first one would be spend time with family and friends if they're in town, because I love them. My second one would be read my book because it's relaxing. My third one would be go get coffee because who doesn't love coffee? And my fourth one would be go get groceries so I can make food for the week.
So, Artie, I believe that was a kicked ball before we went off. Haven't seen anything come across, but you couldn't have really drawn up much of a better start if you're Bowling Green here. Up by 2, 11-9 through almost 5 minutes. Currently on a 6-0 run over the past 2.
Definitely, but one thing that makes me nervous, Bowling Green historically this season is a little bit weak coming off these early timeouts, these early media timeouts. They seem to stagnate. This is the part of the game where they seem to stagnate a lot and fall behind. So if you're Bowling Green, you have to kind of just continue what you were doing, playing keep away with Kent State, building that momentum, playing through guys like Marcus Johnson and Trey Thomas if you're going to keep building this lead.
On the court right now for Kent State, Davis, Sullinger, Barnett, Sumlin, and Hornbeek. As inside, it's Marquise Barnett down low, gets the layup to go. Nice pass inside into the paint area by Sumlin. For Bowling Green, it's Trey Thomas, Marcus Johnson, Derek Butler, Braylon Green, Wilkins Jr. exact. So both coaches emptying the benches a little bit here. Johnson has it top of the key for BG, passes it off to Derek Butler. Butler cross to the other wing to exact. He drives inside, left-handed layup, does not go. Johnson fights for the rebound, but it's Hornbeek who comes down with it. Taking it the other way, putting up a wild layup, will not go.
Trey Thomas is going to be credited with the rebound there.
Our opponent is Marquise Barnett for Kent State. His layup missed here. Derek Butler goes to the ground. Hornbeek falls over him. They're going to get Derek Butler for the foul. Not much Butler could do after he hit the ground there.
And they keep trying to go to the inside, but that's really, really tough when you got a guy like Claron Hornbeek, who historically has been so great on the boards and so great on the blocks against the MAC. So it's going to be tough today if you're going to go to the inside with guys like Javante Campbell and Derek Butler seemingly targeting that early. But, you know, that's going to be an interesting matchup. I should mention Claron Hornbeek versus Jemai Felt today.
It definitely will be. Two big guys down low there. Both excellent shot blockers. On the wing with it is Davis. Step back here, jumper, does not go, too short. Hornbeek hits the deck as Trey Thomas gets the rebound. Passes it up to Green. Now to in the corner here to Butler. He drives inside. He's rejected by Hornbeek, who hits the ground. Two early rejections for Claron Hornbeek.
And that's exactly what I mentioned. Granted, Derek Butler couldn't really see Claron Hornbeek coming from behind him. Kind of that sneak-up block from Hornbeek that's going to deny Bowling Green 2 points.
Driving inside here is Sumlin, and he gets the layup to go. Interestingly, they're only going to credit Hornbeek with one block. The one before, they're not going to give him credit, I believe.
Might just been a missed shot.
Yeah, must just gone out as a missed shot. Either way, Green drives inside here. Kicks to the corner to Exact. Nice ball movement to Butler, now to Thomas. Thomas driving inside. Fadeaway jumper just inside the free throw line. Will not go, but he is fouled by Jamal Sumlin. Sumlin, one of the many transfers, one of the 4 transfers to this Kent State team. Played last season at Northwest Florida State College after playing 2 years at UTEP. Still just a redshirt sophomore guard out of Cleveland, Ohio. Trey Thomas at the line. He's 2 for 2 from the line today. Hits the first one. Led the team in free throw percentage last season. If you want to know how much the shooting has improved on the team this season, he is not top 3.
Definitely getting a lot more comfortable from the line, the Falcons.
Definitely. 3rd best free throw shooting team in the MAC this season. Hits both from the line, 4 for 4 from the line today. All tied up at 13 apiece. 13 minutes to play in the first half. Thomas has gotten hot as of late, too. Double-digit points in 4 of his past 5 games. Von Cameron Davis with it, guarded by Exact. At the free throw line, Davis is working inside, trying to back down Exact. Picks up his dribble, passes it out here to Barnett. Marquise Barnett, tough defense by Derek Butler, driving baseline, now backing down Butler in the paint. Barnett turns to the baseline, knocked away by Felt. Felt hits the ground. It's going to stay Kent State ball.
Barnett, the transfer from Presbyterian, he was just trying to force the pass. I believe just trying to get it past Jemai Felt, but he threw the ball right into the big body of Felt, and the ball was just going to roll right out of bounds after that. Felt almost had a hand on it, I should mention, but just couldn't contain it.
Sion Medley will inbound. Gets it here to Sumlin. Sumlin guarded by Campbell, or guarded by Green. Puts up the shot just inside the free throw line. Little floater, does not go, way short, but he is fouled by Green on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Jamal Sumlin on the season, 92% from the free throw line, best on this Kent State team. He's 23 for 25.
Oh.
Just gets that one to go. Bounced off the rim 4 or 5 times there.
About.
He is not qualified from the free throw line. If he was, he'd be just ahead of Marcus Johnson, who currently leads the MAC and is 11th in the country at 90.5%. Speaking of Johnson, he checked back into this one. Exact head to the bench. So on the court for Bowling Green now, it's Thomas, Felt, Campbell, Johnson, and Butler. The only starter not out there, Humphrey. Sumlin goes 2 for 2 from the line. Kent State ahead 15-13, 12.5 to play in the first half.
They had a dancing Darth Vader on the Stro scoreboard for a couple seconds there.
Not really going to help when he's not shooting into that student section, but
I mean, the presence of the force, you know.
Trey Thomas misses a deep triple here, rebounded by Hornbeek. It's Medley moving with it across the court. We're going to have a whistle here.
Might have just taken too many steps.
It's going to be an offensive foul on Magnus Entenman.
I think he might have shoved off when he was going for that step back. I think that's what the ref was signaling.
So that will be the first turnover of the game for Kent State. Both teams with just a turnover apiece. BG shooting just 3 for 12 early on. Kent State 5 for 11. BG's hit 2 triples. Kent State 1. Derek Butler with it inside the paint area. Fadeaway jumper does not go. Jemai Felt unable to come up with the rebound. Kent State takes it the other way. Jamal Sumlin leading the charge. Sumlin passes it off to Moss. Now in the hands of Medley on the left wing. Barnett driving inside past the jumping Jemai Felt. Gets the layup to go. Kent State's lead grows to 4.
Bowling Green 1 for 8 in their past 8 shots now.
Marcus Johnson with it, the MAC's second leading scorer, guarded by Entenman. Marcus Johnson driving inside, rejected by Hornbeek. BG retains possession. Trey Thomas misses an open corner 3. Kent State's running. Medley trying to go coast to coast. Derek Butler forces a miss. Jemai Felt with the rebound. He's going to toss it up to Trey Thomas. Tosses it out of bounds near the Kent State bench. BG unable to execute the fast break there. And that will lead us to our under 12 media timeout. 11:05 remaining in the first half. Kent State leads by 4 as Bowling Green has been scoreless for nearly 2 minutes. 17-13. You're listening to BGSU men's basketball here on Falcon Radio. favorite BGSU Athletics talk radio show? Tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m., where a panel of Falcon Media Sports Network members discuss the hottest BG sports topics. Only on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Back here at the Stroh Center, Kent State leading Bowling Green men's basketball 17-13, 11:05 to play in the first half. Tyler Kavlitz alongside Artie Abrego from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Bowling Green holding with this Kent State team early on. They have hit a little bit of a scoring rut here, though. Scoreless for the past minute 52 seconds, Artie.
Definitely, and I mentioned it. They're really slow, kind of like my computer right now, coming off those timeouts, Bowling Green. But just consistently this season, whenever the first media timeout happens, Bowling Green, that's when they hit that first roadblock in the game. They can't really get out of that rut for a while in the first half. Hopefully they can do it now. They got a couple of scorers out there, Marcus Johnson, Derek Butler, who hopefully can get going a little bit more as we transition into the later period of this first half.
Hornbeak inside, wide open find from Jamal Sumlin. He slams it down with two hands. Kent State out to a game-high lead of 6.
Hornbeak been so dominant today. 2 blocks already and now gets inside the paint for that easy score.
Javante Campbell with it for Bowling Green. Dejon Humphrey back out of the court, 12 points away from 1,000 for his career. Rare three-point take here by Javante Campbell. Does not go.
You don't see that one from Campbell, as you mentioned.
Shooting just 27.3% from deep on the season. Has not taken many since he injured that right hand and is wearing that brace. Gillespie with the ball. Or apologies, that is Sumlin with the ball for Kent State. Finds a wide open Sion Medley, top of the key three-pointer. Kent State's lead out to 9, 22-13. Golden Flashes on a 9-0 run over the past 3 minutes.
Medley shooting 25.6% from 3 this season, coming off a season high 24 points just last game.
Exact with it on the wing, guarded by Entenmann. Gives it to Marcus Johnson. Johnson thought about a three-pointer, guarded by Hornbeak, now switched off onto Entenmann. Johnson at the free throw line picks up his dribble, trying to spin. Fadeaway jumper over Entenmann, does not go. Rebounded by Sumlin. He's going to try to push the pace here. Cross-court pass to Barnett. Triple does not go. Marcus Johnson fights for the rebound.
So 3 minutes and 30 seconds. That's how long Bowling Green has been scoreless.
Derek Butler going to pull up for a triple. Can't end the scoreless streak. Almost gets stuck between the rim and the backboard. And Barnett will slow things down after getting the rebound.
It's not what you want to see from Bowling Green, especially after such a fast start. They're 1 for 13 in the last 13 shots, 1 for 6 from the last three-point shots. And now they've been scoreless for almost 4 minutes now.
Over halfway through the first half, 9 minutes to play in the first half. Kent State leads 22-13. Big miss here by Marquise Barnett on the triple. Didn't even come close to the rim from the near side wing. And we're going to have a whistle.
I think the foul might be on Exact.
I think it is. Todd Simon's trying to argue it, saying that Exact was hooked. But they are going to charge Wilkins Jr. Exact with his first personal foul of the game. He goes to the bench. As Todd Simon's still questioning that foul call.
Yeah, he's still trying to argue, like you mentioned, that he got hooked and he was just driving onto the ball. They think they might have caught a travel on Exact.
Exact and Butler out. Trey Thomas, Jemai Felt in. For Kent State, Barnett, Entenmann, Hornbeak out. Davis, Sullinger, and Gillespie in. We have a whistle before the shot here.
So they might.
Are they going to count it good? The jumper, the mid-range jumper from Gillespie off the pass by Sullinger is counted, and Marcus Johnson assigned a foul. So a chance for a three-point play here for Gillespie to extend this Kent State lead to 12.
Todd Simon looking for an explanation on that one as well.
Gillespie misses it at the line. Kent State's lead stays at 11, 24-13. Dejon Humphrey on the other end gives it off to Javante Campbell. Campbell driving inside, right-handed layup. Goes. Nice finish in touch on the spin there. Campbell ends that scoreless drought that stretched over 4 minutes for Bowling Green. They trail by now 9, 24-15. Gillespie hands it off to Sumlin, who gets it top of the key to Medley. Sion Medley driving inside, kicks it out to Davis. Davis faked the three-pointer, guarded by Campbell, puts up the mid-range jumper. That's short. Nice defense by Campbell. Javante gets the rebound, pushing the pace the other way, trying to go coast to coast. Gets inside. Layup goes up, spins out, but he is fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 attempts.
Like that aggressiveness from Javante. Obviously, you're looking at the steals watch for Campbell, in case anyone is curious. No steals yet. And if you're looking at the Humphrey 1,000-point watch, no points for Humphrey yet as well. So
a reminder, 12 points for Dejon Humphrey for 1,000 career. Javante Campbell, first in the MAC in steals, 4th in the nation in steals. He is 8 away from tying DeMar Moore's BG single-season record at 82. He sits in sole possession of second place on the BG leaderboards with 74. Also interesting to note, he's 5 steals away from tying his career single-season record of 78 last season at Northern Oklahoma. He goes 1 for 2 at the line here as it's knocked out of bounds off of Bowling Green. Or no, we're going to have a foul as the ball went out of bounds. Going to be a foul on Jemai Felt. So Felt, careless foul there, picks up his second foul of the game. Not what you want to see if you're Bowling Green. He'll have to go off the court. Exact comes back on for him. 24-16, Kent State leads by 8. Under 8 minutes to play in the first half. The next stoppage will get us to our second to final media timeout. Inside, Gillespie trying to slam it home. Just misses, goes off the back iron to about midcourt.
Oh my goodness, that could have been.
Medley still with it for Kent State, almost lost it about 5 times. Drives inside, kicks it out to a wide open Sumlin in the corner. That does not go. Derek Butler taking it the other way, gets hip checked by Medley, running down the court. Obvious foul call on Sion Medley. He's going to argue that will not win. When we come back, it'll be Derek Butler at the line for a 1-and-1. Kent State leading Bowling Green 24-16 at the media timeout. 7:35 to play in the first half. You're listening to BGSU men's basketball on Falcon Radio.
Miss a BGSU sports broadcast? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to past calls by Falcon Media Sports Network.
Falcon Media Sports Network is finally back on the road with BGSU hockey. Make sure to catch the voice of Falcon Hockey, Ben Korak, on the call for every BGSU game this season on WBGU 88.1 FM.
For all BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN and head over to BGFalconMedia.com. Kent State leading Bowling Green 24-16, 7:35 to play in the first half of this one. Bowling Green got out to a decent start out of the gates, leading Kent State for the first couple of minutes. The Golden Flashes have responded and really taken control of this game past 5 minutes, Hardy.
Definitely. You know, when you get Bowling Green, you had that 4-minute scoreless streak. You're shooting 1 for 13 from the field. Star Wars night still here at the show as well.
Got the band playing some John Williams in the student section.
You got Mr. Swoop, Chaz McNeil himself for the lightsaber out in the crowd. But you know, you just can't get off to a start like that where you build a lot of momentum, you pause, and then you just get to a point where you just stop completely, and that's where they're at right now. You're kind of in the middle of, you're shooting 1 for 11, but Kent State is also shooting 1 for 6 from the field currently, so you're not out of it by any means yet. It's still only an 8-point game. This is not a high-scoring Kent State team. This is still very doable. You just have to get past their defense.
Definitely have to. That is a tough ask against any Rob Senderoff defense. There's a reason Kent State has been so consistent since Rob Senderoff got there in Kent 14 years ago, and the reason is their consistent defense year in and year out. Marcus Johnson with it on the block for Bowling Green. Inside to the paint area now. Left-handed floater goes off back iron. Nice shot there by Marcus Johnson. He is up to 8 points. Leading scorer of this one, either team.
Love the patience by Marcus Johnson. The one-handed floater was pretty nice, too.
Jamal Sumlin finds a wide-open Delreco Gillespie inside. Wilkins Jr. exact not able to get there in time. Gillespie extends Kent's lead back to 8, 26-18.
You know, it's tough to stop a guy like a 6'8" like Gillespie, who's averaging 6.6 points a game, also 7.1
Marcus Johnson
rebounds.
double teamed here, trying to move to the baseline to get a pass out. Obvious travel, shuffled the feet, moved that plant foot by Marcus Johnson. Tremendous trap defense there by the Golden Flashes.
Yeah, and that's just the defensive IQ from a Rob Senderoff-led Kent State team. You know, they're always so smart with the picks, the traps, when to double team, when to do your man-on-man zone defense. And that's going to force a turnover for Marcus Johnson.
Sumlin with it, guarded by Braylon Green. Gives it off to Von Cameron Davis. Working on the low block against Wilkins Jr. Exact. Davis goes up for the floater. Nice defense by Exact. Marcus Johnson strips away the rebound from Gillespie.
Good job there to just rip the ball right out of the hands of Gillespie by Johnson.
Exact picks up his dribble, top of the key, gives it off to Dejon Humphrey. Humphrey still scoreless here today, approaching that 1,000-point career mark. Javante Campbell with it now for the Falcons. Gets a pick from Marcus Johnson. Still out beyond the three-point arc, now driving inside. Picks up his dribble, gets a mistimed jump from Gillespie, misses the shot, gets his own rebound. Kicks it back out to Marcus Johnson. Shot clock reset. Johnson with it, top of the key. Guarded here by Barnett. Now gives it off to Campbell. Campbell, top of the key. Pulls a three-pointer, blocked by Barnett. He read that one perfectly. Campbell now going to take another three. That's blocked by Barnett, but he gets the ball back, puts up a jumper mid-range, gets it to go. Official's going to review it.
Yeah,
what a sequence.
That was a sequence. He got blocked twice. Really good job there, honestly, by Marquise Barnett to get those 2 blocks. But
I mean, Javante Campbell, not the quickest trigger on that three-point.
No, he's got a slower shot for him.
But tremendous job by Barnett. Either way, his 8th and 9th block of the season.
Campbell,
like we mentioned, that first one he missed, got the rebound, kind of came back out with it. Shot clock was winding down. Took another triple, blocked. This one, though, went straight down. He was able to pick it up about his waist, put up a jumper leaning in. It went, and the officials are going to wave it off and say it's a shot clock violation. So instead of 26-20, those 2 points taken off the board on a shot clock violation. Bowling Green still trails by 8, 26-18. Nice effort by Javante Campbell, just not able to do it quick enough.
Yeah, he's got, in case you're wondering, he has 5 rebounds now, 3 offensive just from that 1 possession. He got 2 rebounds there offensively. Fortunately, that will be credited as a turnover on his stat sheet today.
Guarantee he loves the rebounds, but I think he'd like the points a little more. Nice pass here by Sumlin to Barnett inside. Barnett trying to pass it out. Trapped down on the baseline. Steps out of bounds. Turnover by Barnett. And Bowling Green will take it the other way.
And that's what I've loved seeing from Humphrey since he's been able to come back a couple of games ago. Missed a lot of the season due to injury. He's come back. He's been inserted into the started lineup now. Really a smart defensive player. Great with trap defense. Great at forcing turnovers.
Braylon Green driving inside, kicks it to Trey Thomas on the near side wing. Thomas picks up his dribble, now to Exact. Exact to Johnson, just inside the arc, trying to find a cutting Green, cutting on the baseline. Knocked out of bounds by Kent State, threw that into a lot of traffic. It'll be Trey Thomas inbounding. Thomas, Green, Johnson, Exact, and Humphrey on the court for Bowling Green. Thomas inbounds it to Johnson, 10 on the shot clock. Johnson, fadeaway jumper inside the paint area, does not go. Rebounded by Sumlin for Kent State. Jamal Sumlin with it. Driving inside, almost lost its dribble. Kicks it out to a wide open Marquise Barnett. Triple does not go. Claron Hornbeak down low to rebound it and put it back up for 2 points. 3 men on Claron Hornbeak. No problem for the 6'9" center out of Toledo.
And Hornbeak last season, he had 9 rebounds. That was a career high at the time against Bowling Green. He's got 5 already today.
Marcus Johnson, a little nice pass behind his back there to a cutting Braylon Green. He missed the layup, but Wilkins Jr. exact there to tip it in off the offensive rebound. Driving inside on the other end, Sullinger going up for a layup, untouched, loses the ball on his way up. That goes out of bounds. Turnover for the Golden Flashes, BG ball. 4:19 left to go in this first half. Kent State up 28-20. They've been holding an 8-point lead for about 5 minutes now. Javante Campbell with the ball past the timeline for BG. This Kent State team on a 4-game winning streak, second longest in the MAC behind their rivals Akron, who have won 13 straight. Marcus Johnson misses a triple there. Under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Next stoppage will bring us to our final media timeout of the half. Sullinger driving inside, really uncontested left-handed layup. Tried to call for contact. There wasn't much, but Kent State out to their biggest lead of the game, or one of their biggest leads of the game, I should say, 30-20, double digits. Javante Campbell stripped away down low. Marquise Barnett going to take it the other way. It's now Sullinger with it. Gives it off to Barnett. Barnett driving inside, puts up the layup off the baseline drive, gets it to go. Off-ball movement dominating the Falcons right now. Kent State out to a 32-20 lead, forcing Todd Simon to take a timeout. That'll roll right into the media timeout with 3:24 remaining. We will take it with them. You're listening to BGSU Men's Basketball on Falcon Radio. Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU Student Media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
BGSU Baseball heads back to Ohio to face Cincinnati on Tuesday, February 18th. Tune in to Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavelitz and Ben Korak at 2:45 for pregame and 3 p.m. for first pitch on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Back here at the Stroh Center, Bowling Green trailing Kent State with 3:24 to go in the first half, 32-20. This is the largest lead of the game for the Golden Flashes, Artie.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned it before we went to break and off the air. The off-ball movement by Kent State is just absolutely ridiculous right now. The cutting, finding the open man, being able to maneuver around your defender. Bowling Green just really has no answers right now as you're now down 12. And Kent State just keeps building and building and building momentum.
Troubling for this Bowling Green team. This is not a highly ranked Kent State offense. They are 12th in the MAC in scoring, 9th in field goal percentage, 10th in three-point percentage. Not shooting well from deep, just 2 for 9, but 48% from the field. Marcus Johnson finds Javante Campbell inside, misses a layup. Wilkins Jr. exact gets the rebound. He is heavily fouled by Marquise Barnett. Misses the layup as it's rejected out of bounds, but he'll go to the line for 2.
Exact on the line this season.
Actually, they're going to get Claron Hornbeak from the side instead of Marquise Barnett there.
That surprises me. I thought for sure Barnett would be called for that. Maybe they
We
saw
don't have the
something I
best
didn't.
angle from up here.
That is true.
That
So-
does factor in a little bit.
76.7% for Exact on the season thus far.
Hits the first from the line. Exact has been huge on the boards for Bowling Green past 2 games. 7.5 rebounds per game over the past 2 contests.
He's kind of a player that does all the quiet things for a team, a lot of the dirty work, a lot of
He does.
boxing out your man, setting up those screens, cutting inside. Not a huge scorer. He would probably be one of the most – Exact could probably be a player that would be getting a lot more attention if we had a lot more scorers up top for Bowling Green.
For sure. Goes 2 for 2 from the line, 32-22 the lead for Kent State now. Marquise Barnett takes it all the way to the rim, basically uncontested, right-handed layup good to extend Kent State's lead back to 12. Derek Butler gives it off to Marcus Johnson. Johnson still beyond the arc, works his way inside the free throw line into the paint. Marcus Johnson going all the way to the rim for the layup. Johnson now in double digits, up to 10 points, the leading scorer in this one. Sullinger with it inside, layup comes up short off the backboard. We have Derek Butler, Javante Campbell, and Sullinger all hitting the floor trying to get it. They're going to get Javante Campbell for a foul.
Yeah, he looked confused. A lot of confusion from both teams on these fouls thus far.
I didn't see much there. I mean, we did have 3 guys diving on the floor.
I mean, there was a little contact,
Yeah.
you could say, when Campbell went down for the dive for the ball against Sullinger, but it looked like a typical, basketball play to me.
No real foul trouble yet. That's Javante Campbell's first. Sullinger a 1-and-1. He hits the first at the line. 83.8% from the line this season, 8th best mark in the MAC. The only people with 2 personal fouls right now, Sion Medley for Kent State and Jemai Felt for Bowling Green. Both those players not on the court currently.
Don't know if it's intentional, but Sullinger's kind of got a Jedi Padawan ponytail thing going on here today.
Just a little bit. Both free throws made by Sullinger. Back to a 12-point advantage for Kent State. Pass by Marcus Johnson falls through the hands of Exact. Was looking up before he caught it. On the other end, pass to a wide-open Von Cameron Davis on the wing. His three-pointer back irons out. Rebounded by Exact.
So there's 5 rebounds now for Exact, so it's tied with Campbell for the team high.
Hornbeak for Kent State also with 5. Johnson with it, near side wing, double-teamed. Finds Braylon Green up top. Green inside to Campbell. Campbell puts up a layup. That goes. Javante Campbell up to 5 points. Bowling Green back within 10, 36-26. 90 seconds to play in the first half. Sullinger picks up his dribble, gives it to Hornbeak. Hornbeak mid-range now to Sullinger in the corner. Trying to move up top. Marcus Johnson trying to follow him. Can't move his feet quickly enough. And Marcus Johnson picks up the foul.
Yeah, a lot of fouls early here for Bowling Green. That's going to be the 8th of the game. Marcus Johnson's second as well, so he joins Jemai Felt with 2 personal fouls as far. They're coming out of a game where they had 22 personal fouls against Buffalo.
Season high with 28 fouls against Ohio a couple games ago. Sullinger a 1-and-1, hits the first from the line. He goes 2 for 2 once again, 4 for 4 from the charity stripe here today for Jalen Sullinger. 38-26, Kent State leads. Approaching a minute to play in the first half. Marcus Johnson with it for Bowling Green. Johnson backing down Von Cameron Davis. Sumlin double teams. Johnson throws it away to Hornbeak, trying to find Exact. 1 minute left to go in the first half.
Just got a little too fancy there. I think he was a little too confident in that pass, or he expected Exact to be somewhere else when he was cutting inside. Just threw it right into Hornbeak's hands.
Sumlin with it for Kent State. Gives it to Sullinger, back to Sumlin. Sumlin inside to Hornbeak. Hornbeak working on Marcus Johnson. Looks like a travel by Hornbeak. Either way, throws it out of bounds. So Bowling Green will get the ball back with 37 seconds. Shot clock at 30. So a 7-second difference exactly between game clock and shot clock for the Falcons. Dejon Humphrey checks back in for Braylon Green on the court for the Falcons. Marcus Johnson, Javante Campbell, Dejon Humphrey, Wilkins Jr. exact, Derek Butler. Campbell has the ball for the Falcons. Going to try to drain this clock as low as he can get it.
He's going to waste that clock before the end of the first half.
Gives it off to Derek Butler, guarded by Sullinger. Now over to exact into the corner for Campbell. He drives inside. It's blocked by Hornbeak, but he is fouled before that. It'll be on Jamal Sumlin. So Campbell will go to the line.
It's Sumlin's second personal foul of the day, of the night thus far.
2 free throws for Campbell. Campbell on the season, 75.9% from the charity stripe. 1 for 2 here today. This one bounces off front iron to back iron through the net. Chance to cut it to a 10-point deficit here for Campbell. Marcus Johnson and Jamal Sumlin check out for Bowling Green and Kent State. Sion Medley back in for the Golden Flashes. Braylon Green in the game for the Falcons. 16.3 seconds on the game clock as Campbell hits both to cut it to a 10-point deficit, 38-28. Inbounded here to Sion Medley. Medley gives it off to Sullinger. Quick shot by Sullinger. That goes. Triple in the corner in front of the Bowling Green bench. 5 on the shot clock, 5 on the game clock. Derek Butler with it. Down to 3, down to 2, to 1. Exact does not get a shot off. Passes it off to Campbell, who hits a deep triple after the buzzer sounds. Bowling Green goes into halftime down 41-28 against Kent State. We'll take a quick break and then come back and recap the first 20 minutes of action between the Golden Flashes and the Falcons. You are listening to BGSU Men's Basketball here on Falcon Radio. Don't go anywhere. Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
BGSU women's basketball travels to Kalamazoo to battle the Western Michigan Broncos on Wednesday, February 19th. Catch Falcon Media Sports Network's Lucas Kleimeyer on the call starting at 6:45 for pregame exclusively on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BG men's basketball returns to the Stroh Center to face Kent State on Tuesday, February 18th. Join Falcon Media Sports Network's Artie Abrego and Andrew Smith at 6:45 for pregame and 7 p.m. for tip-off on Falcon Radio.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
know Falcon Media Sports Network has video highlights of BGSU athletic events? To see all the moments from your favorite BGSU teams and athletes, head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel or view them on bgfalconmedia.com. The Mid-American Conference released their preseason poll for the 2025 baseball season, selecting Bowling Green to finish 4th place in the regular season standings and 2nd in votes to win the MAC Tournament Championship. The Ball State Cardinals were voted as favorites to win both the MAC regular season and tournament championships, with 93 points and 5 out of 11 tournament votes. Kent State and Miami placed 2nd and 3rd in the poll, with Western Michigan rounding out the top 5 after winning the MAC Tournament in 2024. Toledo, Northern Illinois, and Ohio placed 6th through 8th, while Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan, and Akron round out the poll. Catch the Falcons when they take on Middle Tennessee in the season opening series on Friday, February 14th at 4 p.m. This has been 60 Seconds in Falcon Athletics.
Looking for a BG Athletics discussion show? Check out The Swoop, where a rotating cast of Falcon Media Sports Network co-hosts talk everything BGSU athletics. New episodes are available every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel.
BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Back here at the Schroe Center, Kent State men's basketball leading Bowling Green at halftime, 41-28. For the Falcon Media Sports Network, Tyler Kamblitz here, alongside Arya Brego. Right now, currently, on the Bill Frack court, we have the BG Sabres Club doing some duels to the John William classics from Star Wars. Always entertaining down on the court, but Kent State's basketball has also been entertaining in the first half. They have dominated this game offensively and defensively against Bowling Green. Of course, like I said, leading 41-28 at halftime, Artie.
Yeah, kind of like the dude with the dual lightsaber out here right now, Darth Maul lightsaber. Kent State is kind of just dominating the game right now. 41-28 to a 13-point lead. They're winning in almost every conceivable category. Defensive rebounds, blocks 5-1, points in the paint 22-10. Which obviously that has to do with a lot of the presence of Claron Hornbeek. He's been amazing today, just denying the blocks and protecting the rim. And big shout out to the Sabres Club who just wrapped up here today.
Tremendous performance as always. But yeah, Claron Hornbeek has been a problem for Bowling Green. The leading scorer in the game right now is Jalen Solinger. He has 11 for Kent State. Marcus Johnson, the only other double-digit scorer in the game. He has 10 for Bowling Green. Solinger, 3 for 4 from the field. He's made a triple and hit 4 at the line. Marcus Johnson, 4 for 9 from the field, 2 for 4 from deep. 3 players with 5 rebounds each. Claron Hornbeek with 5. And for Bowling Green, Javante Campbell and Wilkins Jr. exact each with 5. The two of them combining for 5 offensive rebounds. BG as a team has 7 offensive boards. But it's been Kent State, Artie, who has dominated inside, leading in points in the paint, 22-10.
I mean, again, like I mentioned, Claron Hornbeek, a major factor in that, just denying the boards. But also Jalen Solinger, so fast. He's been getting inside there quick. Darako Gillespie been inside the interior as well. So it's not really a surprise when you got such sort of a big body team like Kent State. A lot of guys standing about 6'8" and above for the Golden Flashes. So they're kind of just dominating the inside right now. Not really focused much on the three-point shot. They're 3 for 11. Bowling Green 2 for 9, but Bowling Green just struggling in about every sort of shooting category besides free throws. 8 for 30 from regular field goal range, 2 for 9 from 3. So just a big struggle right now for Bowling Green is just shooting in general.
Yeah, like you mentioned, that 8 for 30 mark, if you're doing some quick math at home, 26.7% from the field. They are 10 for 11 from the free throw line. Kent State, 48.4% from the field. They're 3 for 11 from deep, and they are 8 for 9 from the charity stripe. Bowling Green's led for just a minute 37. Kent State has led for 15 minutes, 29 seconds. Bowling Green will look to get back into this one in the second half. For Bowling Green, Artie, what do you want to see from the Falcons to be able to get back into this game, overcome this halftime deficit, and come away with a victory?
I think you have to focus more on shooting mid-range than driving inside. You're not going to really get past Clorine Hornbeak at this point in time. It's extremely difficult too. So you just kind of have to find ways around that. Shoot from the out. You're not really good at connecting from three, so the mid-range shot seems to be the best option going forward. You also really have to watch the off-ball defense. For Kent State. They're constantly moving. They're constantly moving around. You have to watch that. You have to stay on top of all the Kent State players as they move in and out of what's going on.
Definitely do. That off-ball movement has been a problem for Bowling Green here today. Scored at halftime, Kent State leading Bowling Green 41-28. About 5.5 minutes until we begin second half action. We'll take a few-minute break. When we come back, we will have the beginning of the second half between Bowling Green men's basketball and the Kent State Golden Flashes here on Falcon Radio.
The Mid-American Conference has named BGSU Swim and Dives Natalie Mayorga as their Conference Diver of the Week. It's the second award nod for Mayorga, who swept the diving events in last weekend's Miami Classic held in Oxford. Competing against divers from Ball State, Miami, and Cincinnati, Mayorga came in first in the 3-meter on Friday and the platform, 1-meter, and tower diving competitions on Saturday. Her score of 234.08 in the tower dive is believed to be the first NCAA zone diving cut in program history. This has been 60 Seconds in Falcon Athletics.
BGSU men's golf travels to Nevada to play in the Mesquite Desert Classic on Sunday, February 16th through Tuesday, February 18th. Check out bgfalconmedia.com for Andrew Smith's recap of the event.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
To listen to replays of recent Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcasts, tune in to WBGU 88.1 FM every weekday morning from midnight to 3 a.m.
Interested in joining Falcon Media Sports Network? If you're looking to get involved, send an email to sports@bgfalconmedia.com.
This is Phil Beskid, BGSU Radio Faculty Advisor. You can catch all the Falcon Media Sports Network broadcasts on our 2 stations, WBGU 88.1 FM and Falcon Radio, which can both be found on bgfalconmedia.com. Ziggy.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Still about a minute to go before we get underway with second half action. Duel of the Fates blaring through the Stroh Center speakers as Kent State and Bowling Green finishes up shooting around here on the Bill Fratt court. You mentioned some of the keys that you wanted to see from Bowling Green in this second half, Artie. Who are some of the guys on this Falcons team that you are looking to step up individually to will the Falcons back into this one?
Honestly, first off and foremost, Derek Butler, number 10, 0 for 4 in that first half. No points scored yet. So I'm looking to see him step up a little more, especially when he's been the primary second half scorer for this team in these past couple of games. Another guy, probably Jemai Felt. If you're going to keep attacking the interior, you're probably going to want that big body of Felt on the inside, trying to get those points. The third guy, it's tough. It's probably a tie between Trey Thomas and Javante Campbell, honestly.
We will see if any of those guys step up for the Falcons here in the second half, final 20 minutes of this contest. Kent State now will be going from left to right. They will be shooting into the Falcon Fanatic student section, the Star Wars themed Falcon Fanatic student section, for the remainder of this contest. Bowling Green will be going from right to left, away from the student section. On the court for the Falcons to begin the second half will be the original starting 5 of this one. Dejon Humphrey, Trey Thomas, Marcus Johnson, Jemai Felt, and Javante Campbell. Starting 5 also out there for Kent State. Davis, Medley, Sullinger, Pakelja, and Gillespie. Von Cameron Davis with it, working on Marcus Johnson. Couple jab steps trying to work in, and stripped away by Dejon Humphrey. It's going to be a jump ball between Humphrey and Davis. And the arrow points, the possession arrow points towards Bowling Green. They take over possession on the effort and hustle of Dejon Humphrey.
Love the split-second decision there by Humphrey. As I mentioned, just a split second to get your hand in there, knock the ball loose, and then jump on top of it. Great defensive play there by Humphrey.
Felt gives it off to Campbell, pass it over to Johnson to Thomas. Now back to Campbell. Good ball movement on the outside by Bowling Green. Campbell trying to pass it, bounce pass it over to Felt. Goes off the foot of a Golden Flash. Bowling Green will inbound with 12 on the shot clock.
Luckily, you do maintain possession. Still got 12 seconds there to make something happen.
Inbound here to Jemai Felt. A lob up to the big man, and he slams it home.
Great play design there. Great pass by Trey Thomas. Great job by Jemai Felt boxing out his defender and getting inside for that dunk.
On the other end, it's Medley with it. Inside to Gillespie, now outside to Pakelja. Tries to bank it off on a wing 3. Does not go. Javante Campbell with it for Bowling Green. Gives it off to Marcus Johnson. Johnson pulls the trigger, moving to his right, and gets the triple to go. Bowling Green on a 5-0 run.
Great start to the half by Bowling Green. A great shot by Marcus Johnson to really kickstart the second half for Bowling Green.
Deep three-pointer by Sullinger. Does not go off front iron. Momentum on Bowling Green's side. Johnson leading all scorers with 13, brings it up the court. He's going to do a step to the side triple off back iron. Does not go. Heat check there for Marcus Johnson.
Crowd held their breath there for a second. They thought that was going in.
Medley drops it inside here to Gillespie. Knocked to the ground is Humphrey, and Gillespie gets an open lane to the rim. Layup goes back to a 10-point advantage for the Golden Flashes, 43-33.
Respect the decision there by Humphrey to sacrifice his body, but just could not draw that foul.
Jemai Felt with it for Bowling Green, drops it off to Javante Campbell. Campbell picks up his dribble, drops it down to Johnson. Working on Von Cameron Davis, double team now by Bekelja. Bekelja grabs the ball, possession arrow will point towards Kent State. Nice effort there on the trap by Mike Bekelja, getting the Golden Flashes possession back. Bringing up the court for Kent State will be Sion Medley. Medley drops it off to Gillespie, top of the key. Back to Solinger. Solinger driving inside, blows past Marcus Johnson. Nobody there to protect the rim. Left-handed layup goes for Solinger. Campbell pushing the pace on the other end. He works inside, gets the layup to go, and one opportunity for Javante Campbell.
Love the step through, love the Euro step move, jumping into the defender to draw that contact, and you're going to get the and one opportunity as well for Campbell, a chance to get the double digits for him as well.
Like you said, that free throw here can put him to 10 points. The only double-digit scores in this one are Jalen Solinger and Marcus Johnson, each with 13 apiece. Campbell, 3 for 4 from the line today, gets that one to go. He is into double digits with 10 points. 3 for 9 shooting from the field, but 4 for 5 from the free throw line. He's also, believe it or not, the game's leading rebounder with 6 rebounds. The 6'2", 155-pound Javante Campbell. Solinger with it on the outside. Solinger so quick and shifty. Drops it off here to Medley. Medley guarded by Campbell, knocks Campbell a couple times with his shoulder. Driving inside, fadeaway floater off the backboard goes.
Good patience there shown by Medley, really working on Javante to get some separation and go for that floater. A really nice possession by him.
Dejon Humphrey driving inside, layup no good. Rebounded by Wilkins Jr. Exact, he puts up the left-handed layup. Nice effort down low by Exact to get 2 second chance points for the Falcons. They trail now by just 9, 47-38. Medley with it for the Golden Flashes. Drops it off to Von Cameron Davis. Davis driving inside, knocked away by Humphrey. Davis gets it back. Puts up the shot over Wilkins Jr. Exact, does not go. Rebounded by Felt. Felt kicks it ahead to Campbell. Campbell makes his way inside. Puts up a layup. That goes. Campbell up to 12 points. Bowling Green trails by just 7. Javante Campbell has been a spark plug in the second half.
Definitely getting off to a much better start than he had in the first. He's connected on his first 2 shots already.
And Rob Senderoff going to take a timeout. Bowling Green forcing the timeout by the Kent State coach. That'll lead into a media timeout. 47-40, Kent State leads Bowling Green, but the Falcons have cut away at that deficit. Momentum on their side right now here, about 4 minutes into the second half. You're listening to BGSU Men's Basketball here on Falcon Radio.
BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network. Hey, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. When I was a Falcon, there was BGRSO. Now it's Falcon Media Sports Network. Keep up with all BGSU sports news and action by following BG_FMSN on Twitter/X and check out BGFalconMedia.com. Hi, Ziggy.
Kent State still holding a 7-point advantage over the Falcons, 47-40. But already this Bowling Green team has found some momentum here about 4 minutes into the second half.
Absolutely. Javante Campbell, a guy I mentioned earlier I wanted to see step up, has really kicked it into new gear. He's hit his first two shots. He's now at 12 points. Marcus Johnson hit that big three, so now you're only down by 7 points already. First 3 out of 4 shots, I should say, for Campbell.
You know, it felt a little bleak going into halftime with the momentum that Kent State had, but you look at this Bowling Green team, they are back into this game. Rob Senderoff, after the Ohio win, talked about how he loved the job that his team was doing executing in tight games. The quote he had was, "It's a couple of games in a row where we have found ways to win when the game has gotten close," which is great to see with a number of different guys making huge plays down the stretch. They've had a 1-point win over Ohio, an 8-point win over Central Michigan, and a 1-point win over Arkansas State. But earlier in the season, that's something Kent State struggled with, is closing tight games. We'll see if Bowling Green can get it into a late game, tight game situation here today. Jalen Solinger with it for Kent State. Gives it off to Von Cameron Davis. Davis over Derek Butler inside, gets the floater to go. 49-40, Golden Flashes lead, under 16 to play.
Von Cameron Davis having a sort of a quieter day than usual. 9 points, 3 for 8 shooting. It's been a little bit since we've called his number.
He's missed quite a few in that mid-range floater area. Has not really found the touch there.
Something he's usually pretty money in this season.
Campbell with it. Left open, faked a three-pointer about 5 times. Marcus Johnson fades baseline, jumper does not go. Exact fighting for the rebound, can't get it on the offensive boards. Him and Hornbeak go to the ground. On the other end, it's Solinger with the ball. Gives it off to Davis. Davis driving inside. Foul before the shot, which he missed, a running floater. We'll see who they assign the foul to.
Looks like it might be Javante Campbell.
It will be on Javante Campbell. So that'll be Campbell's second personal. And now we will reach the under 16 media timeout. Back-to-back media timeouts here. We'll take it with them. 15:05 to play. Kent State leading Bowling Green men's basketball 49-40. You are listening to BGSU men's basketball here on Falcon Radio. For all BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN and head over to BGFalconMedia.com.
Interested in joining Falcon Media Sports Network? If you're looking to get involved, send an email to sports@bgfalconmedia.com.
Still in this media timeout, both teams in their respective huddles. 49-40, the Golden Flashes leading Bowling Green. Artie, now that we have a little break in the action here, it is Star Wars night. If you had to pick, let's loosen up a little bit here. What's your favorite Star Wars character?
Ah, man. Dude, I love
You can only choose one.
I love Andor, so probably go Cassian Andor.
Okay.
Show Andor.
Okay, that's a good pick.
One of the first Latino characters in Star Wars.
There you go.
That's important for me, honestly.
49-40. This has been as big as a 12-point deficit for Bowling Green. They just have had a tough time getting it too close. They've been trailing by at least 5-7 points, it feels like, for most of this game.
Oh, definitely. They've been like a step behind pretty consistently, but they are still fighting. Even in that first half where things kind of looked a little grim, in that middle section, they were still kind of just trailing just behind by 9 to 8 points. So they're definitely in a position to win this game. They just got to come out of this timeout with aggression.
Sullinger, nice floater working around the defender. 51-40, Kent State now up after the 2 points by Jalen Sullinger. Exact with it, almost got it knocked away, keeps possession. Hands it off to Campbell. He hands it off to Thomas, who drops it off to Derek Butler. Nice ball movement beyond the arc. That one goes out of bounds, will stay Bowling Green ball. Feels like great ball movement beyond the arc for Bowling Green. They're just struggling to get anything going on that interior shell defense of Kent State.
Definitely. I mean, it's tough to get past the Rob Sendroff defense in general, but it's even tougher when you guys got 6'8" guys like Gillespie and Hornbeek in the interior paint guarding against your shots.
Thomas triple in front of the Bowling Green bench from the corner, does not go, but Javante Campbell fights for another offensive rebound. Game high, 7 rebounds for Javante Campbell. His season high is 11. Trey Thomas, deep triple goes in front of the BG bench, down to an 8-point game. 51-43, Kent State leads.
Great sort of fading three by Trey Thomas there, really from real deep, connecting on that. That'll be his first three-pointer made of the day.
Medley with it, driving inside. Thomas went to the ground pretty hard. Gonna have a foul on Kent State, offensive foul on Sion Medley on that one. That'll be his 3rd personal, something to watch.
Trey Thomas coming up there with a little bit of a limp.
Yeah, Thomas took a big hit, took a second, looked like he readjusted, about to get up. Took another second on the ground. BGSU men's basketball trainer Rob Whitehurst will take a look at him.
So Trey Thomas is headed to the bench area.
Yeah, hope that he is all good. He was just knocked up a little bit.
Gotta hope it's just a cramp.
Yeah, we have seen that with him cramp before, so we will see. Trey Thomas now 48 three-pointers this season, 8th in the MAC. Bowling Green, interestingly, Artie, they are the only team in the MAC, as we do have a stoppage here, officials looking at something. BG's the only team in the MAC with 3 players above 130 three-pointers attempted this season. Coming into the game, Marcus Johnson has attempted 156, Thomas 141, and Derek Butler 133. No other team in the MAC has more than 1 player on that list.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me. Those 3 guys, they shoot it a lot. They're very confident from beyond the arc, especially Marcus Johnson. You've seen him all season. You've been listening to us. You know how good he is consistently from beyond the shot. He was making, I remember that Michigan State game, he was making shots I think I've never seen a guy his size make before in my life. So it does not surprise me one bit that those 3 guys are on the list, on that prestigious list.
Officials still in a huddle here talking about something, not exactly sure what. Clock currently at 13 minutes, 59 seconds remaining. 51-43, Kent State leads. Bryce Martin, a BGSU assistant coach, out by the Bill Frack court wording on the court looking for an explanation. And now Todd Simon and the coaching staff gonna get an explanation from the officials. Kent State also the same. We'll see if we can get an announcement or we have
foul. Wow.
Sion Medley's offensive foul upgraded to a flagrant 1. We haven't gotten a replay of what the foul exactly looked like. It was a quick one, but that will be a flagrant 1 on Sion Medley. So I believe he will get another foul tacked on top of that.
We were waiting for our stat sheet to update.
Yeah,
that
so he should be at 4 personal fouls, I believe. Either way.
Still discussion going on between the referees.
Yeah, still I think, I don't know if they're looking for something more. Trey Thomas going to take the technical free throw. Thomas will shoot 2. First one rattles out. Second one also rattles out. Major missed opportunity for Bowling Green. Both free throws by Trey Thomas rattle out, and he goes straight to the bench. Rob Whitehurst still going to take a little look at him there. So Bowling Green comes up empty-handed.
Well, I mean,
51-43 still.
Well, those shots look easy. Nobody around you. They are not guaranteed like anything in basketball. It's still tough to hit a free throw no matter how easy it looks. Fortunately, Trey Thomas comes up there empty-handed.
Dejon Humphrey, deep three-pointer here for Bowling Green. No good. That one spins out. 3 straight shots now, if you include the 2 free throws. Kind of toilet bowl spitting out of the rim. Bad luck here for Bowling Green past couple shots. Von Cameron Davis, guarded tightly by Exact, has to pass it out. Ball now in the hands of Marquise Barnett. Guarded by Dejon Humphrey. Kicks it out, trying to find a wide-open Jamal Sumlin. Overshoots him. Sumlin jumping, can't get it. Turnover there by Kent State. Bowling Green will take it the other way. Javante Campbell will bring it up the court for the orange and brown. Gives it off to Derek Butler, back to Campbell. Campbell gives it to Exact, now over to Butler. Butler working on 2 defenders, kicks it out to Marcus Johnson. Johnson over to Campbell, now over to Exact. Exact takes a three-pointer, heavy contact, gets it to go, no foul call.
That surprised me. No foul there surprised me, but what surprised me was you don't usually see Exact take those type of shots. He's sitting about like 15.4% from 3 this season. Just absolutely nails a 3 exactly when they need it. Sorry, 27.1%. I did him dirty. That was my bad.
Jamal Sumlin with the ball, gives it off to Davis. He was at that mark at one point. He has greatly improved his shooting as it goes on throughout the season. Inside now, Marquise Barnett, nice find. He lays it up and in. 53-46, Kent State leads. Derek Butler with it in front of the Bowling Green bench, approaching 12 minutes to play. Over to Campbell. Campbell driving inside, double teamed, almost stripped away, gets the ball back under the hoop. Layup does not go, but he is fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. There's a golden flash down. It was Barnett. He gets up, appears to be okay.
So this foul is coming at all the wrong times for Kent State. Sending pretty consistent free throw shooters like Campbell and then Trey Thomas to the line. Trey Thomas still on the bench, I should mention. Still getting looked at just a little bit.
Kent State did have 19 as Javante Campbell misses the first free throw. They did have 19 personal fouls in the first game against Bowling Green. They sit at 11 here today. Campbell missed the first one at the line. Chance to bring it to a 6-point game here. Second attempt from the line, that goes. 6-point game, 53-47. Campbell on the day, 5 for 7 from the line. Tied with Marcus Johnson for the team lead with 13 points. On the other end, Marquise Barnett has 10, and Jalen Solinger a game-leading 15 for the Golden Flashes. Speaking of Solinger, working inside, floating layup, no good.
Whoa.
We're going to have a whistle here. Nobody in the arena seems to agree with this one. Is that going to be on Exact?
I believe it will be on Exact. We're still waiting to see who it's assigned to.
Bryce Martin, assistant coach, getting Exact away from the officials. They'll let the BG coaching staff go at it. It is on Exact, his second personal. I thought if anything, we were going to get an interference call above the rim.
I agree with you. I thought for sure it was going to be on Hornbeak, if anybody. When I heard that whistle.
Up, that is a shocking foul. We don't have a replay to see what it is. Either way, it'll take us to our under 12 media timeout. We'll take it with them. 11:51 to play. 53-47. Kent State leads. You're listening to BGSU men's basketball here on Falcon Radio.
Interested in joining Falcon Media Sports Network? If you're looking to get involved, send an email to sports@bgfalconmedia.com.
Hey, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. When I was a Falcon, there was BGRSO. Now it's Falcon Media Sports Network. Keep up with all BGSU sports news and action by following BG_FMSN on Twitter/X and check out BGFalconMedia.com. Hi, Ziggy.
53-47, Kent State leads Bowling Green with 11 minutes, 51 seconds to play in the contest here at the Stroh Center. Tyler Kavlitz alongside Arnie Abrego from the Falcon Media Sports Network here on hand for this one. Before we went to that media timeout, Wilkins Jr. exact tagged with a foul that we didn't really get a replay on. Wasn't able to see exactly what he was called a foul on for. That is his second personal. Kent State will inbound. On the court for Kent State, Von Cameron Davis, Jalen Solinger, Marquise Barnett, Jamal Sumlin, and Claron Hornbeek. For Bowling Green, Jemai Felch, Javante Campbell, Dejon Humphrey, Marcus Johnson, Derek Butler. Triple here by Von Cameron Davis. That goes. Huge shot by Davis to put it back to a 9-point lead for Kent State.
And exactly when you needed Von Cameron Davis to step up, he just did. That's going to get things to a 9-point lead, as you mentioned.
Javante Campbell driving inside. Uncontested right-hand layup falls for the junior. 56-49, Golden Flashes lead.
He's going to be the leader in scoring now with 15 as well for Bowling Green.
Bowling Green hanging around in this one. Jamal Sumlin with it, kicks it over to Solinger. Solinger driving inside. The floater goes up and over the backboard, but he is fouled as he puts it up. He loves that shot, the driving floater, kind of getting the leverage against the defender, drawing contact and fading away, using his size to his advantage, the smaller size, the shiftiness. Just such a tough guard to guard in the mid-range.
Well, I mean, obviously, you look at a guard with a 5'10 frame, sometimes you can kind of look down upon that because there's so many players on that court kind of tower over him, but that can be an advantage. You know, you see the speed, the swiftness, as you mentioned, from Jalen Solinger. You've seen it all game today. He's able to easily get past those bigger guys and drive to the rim when he gets like open path.
Hits both from the line, 58-49 advantage for Kent State. Solinger will check out. Sion Medley checks in for Rob Senderoff and Kent State. Derek Butler with it. Far wing in front of the Bowling Green bench. Moves up top. Gives it off to Johnson, who passes it over to Javante Campbell. Campbell now moves top of the key. Moving around to Marcus Johnson screen. Wide open in the corner. Won't take the three. Gives it off to Marcus Johnson. Three for the near side wing. Goes off front iron. Kent State ball. Medley with it. Gives it up top to Davis. Davis driving inside. Puts up the floater. That goes Von Cameron Davis up to 14 points. Kent State's lead back into double digits at 11, 60-49. 10.5 to play.
Yeah, that separation is just starting to grow and grow and grow, and that's
Marcus
dangerous if you're
Johnson, three-pointer top of the key, doesn't hit rim, goes off the backboard. Johnson had his head down and is back to the offense. Picks up attention, now back on the defensive end. Claron Hornbeek slams it home with one hand down low. I believe we're going to get a technical foul on Hornbeek. He slammed that right in front of Jemai Felt. Hung on to the rim for just a little longer.
Yeah, he just can't do that. I think he knows it too. He's not arguing it at all.
Todd Simon going at Marcus Johnson there for putting his head down, turning his back to the defense, trying to get his team back into this. Marcus Johnson will take the technical free throw. He will hit it. Marcus Johnson has now made 27 straight free throws. He is at a 90.5% mark as he hits his 28th straight. 28 straight and 35 of his last 36 from the line. Last time he missed a free throw was on January 18th against Eastern Michigan. He is shooting 90.5% from the line, the best mark in the MAC, the 11th best mark in the country.
A really impressive streak there on this season for Marcus Johnson.
Lob here inside to Felt, comes up just short. Felt stuffed by the rim as he tried to go up, but there will be a foul on Kent State. Chance for Bowling Green to get the deficit back into single digits. 62-51 currently.
That's going to be Medley's 4th personal foul as well, so a danger of checking out of this one early.
It will be, so don't expect to see much of him in the next couple minutes. Felt misses the first from the free throw line. Bowling Green, going into halftime, Hardy, was shooting 10 for 11, 90.9% from the free throw line. Here in the second half, 4 for 8 from the charity stripe.
Yeah, this unfortunate streak from the charity stripe. You had Trey Thomas missed 2. Jemai Felt missed 1. So did Javonte Campbell. He missed 1 as well. It's not the most consistent night in the second half on that from the charity stripe.
Definitely not. Felt goes 1 for 2 there, brings it to a 10-point deficit, 62-52. 10 minutes exactly remaining. Marcus Johnson heads off for Wilkins Junior Exact. Sumlin with the ball for Kent State. Jamal Sumlin trying to work around Campbell, driving inside, lost the ball, picks it back up. Von Cameron Davis wide open for a triple. He drains it.
Davis is taking over this one now. He's got 17 points, hit the pass, 3-point shots. He's taking over this one and exactly at the right time.
Javonte Campbell driving up the court, falls down to the ground, kicks it out to the three-point line to Exact. Now to Humphrey. Wing 3 in front of the Bowling Green bench, does not go. Offensive rebound, put back layup by Wilkins Junior Exact, putting down the work down low.
Exact, I think it's going to be double digits now for Exact. He's going to get to 11 points with 7 rebounds as well. So a double-double watch now for Wilkins Junior Exact.
Could have a couple of season highs. His season high for points is 12, rebounds is 9. Solinger driving inside, puts the mid-range jumper over Wilkins Junior Exact. It is so hard to stop Jalen Solinger in that area of the court.
He's just so fast, so quick with his moves. It's tough if you're a defender to just adapt to that because you have to adapt to match his speed when he goes up for that quick shot.
Solinger up to 19, one more than he had last time out against Bowling Green. Exact pass inside here to Felt. Felt got fouled on the way up going for a dunk. Ball was stripped out from him on the foul. 67-54. Kent State just like that out to a 13-point advantage.
Well, they just have kept building and building and building and building momentum. There hasn't been a point where they've stopped ever since this last media timeout.
Felt hits the first from the line. 3 for 4 shooting from the charity stripe so far today by Jemai Felt. Felt still just a redshirt freshman after dealing with severe back-to-back knee injuries over the past couple years. A couple ACL tears for Jemai Felt.
Wasn't there a story on that?
Yeah, there was. You had one out there. You can check that out on bgfalconmedia.com.
So I just had to shamelessly plug my work there real quick. Back to the broadcast.
One of the best stories, if not the best story, on this Bowling Green team, Jemai Felt. 67-56 after he hits both free throws. BG with an 11. Solinger with it. Floater from the same spot as last time. Comes up short. Braylon Green will take it the other way. Pushing the pace with Dejon Humphrey. Humphrey gets inside. Puts the layup. Teardrop layup goes. Dejon Humphrey's on the board. Just 10 points away from 1,000 career collegiate points.
I'm not sure if he'll reach it today, but he's got a better chance now of reaching it in the next 5 games now with only 10.
Jamal Sumlin fouled on the other end. They're going to assign the foul to, we'll see for this, the load, Jemai Felt. That'll be his 3rd personal. Inbounded here to Claron Hornbeek. He gives it off to Barnett, but we have another whistle. Going to be another Bowling Green foul. This time on Wilkins Jr. exact.
It's also going to be his third personal foul.
Couple of tough fouls there for Bowling Green. Barnett working down low, moving around Dejon Humphrey, getting inside for the layup. 69-58, under 8 minutes to play. Dejon Humphrey on the other end nails a triple. 5 points just like that for Dejon Humphrey. BG trails by just 8, 69-61.
But say what you will, against one of the top teams in the conference, Bowling Green is not giving up yet.
Solinger working inside, puts up a layup, does not go. Jemai Felt hits the ground hard. Going to be called a blocking foul on Felt. All Todd Simon can do is put both hands behind his head.
Maybe his that's not who you want to see pick up a fourth personal foul, is Jemai Felt.
That is a tough one. Todd Simon will argue that. He will not win the argument. And that's not what you want to see for Bowling Green. Your primary interior defender picking up his fourth foul. Either way will lead us to our under 8 media timeout. 7:33 to play. Bowling Green trails Kent State 69-61. You're listening to BGSU men's basketball here on Falcon Radio.
This is Phil Beskid, BGSU Radio Faculty Advisor. You can catch all the Falcon Media Sports Network broadcasts on our 2 stations, WBGU 88.1 FM and Falcon Radio, which can both be found on bgfalconmedia.com. Ziggy.
Back here at the Stroh Center, Tyler Kavlitz alongside Artie Abrego from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Artie, still a good amount of time left in this one, 7 minutes, 33 seconds. But Bowling Green needs to find some momentum fast. Still down by 8 points here, 69-61, and they really haven't been able to get within past that 6-point mark as the closest they've gotten here in the second half.
No, they've been building and building and building. They've been trailing them for a very long while. They're still just falling behind. They haven't had a lead since the first half, 15 minutes and 5 seconds in the first half, where they led 11-9 by only 2 points. So you really got to build something right here and now if you're Bowling Green. Only down by 8. You got 7 minutes, 33 seconds left. If any time is the time to build momentum, it's absolutely right now. You can't have any bad fouls. Jemai Felt picking up his fourth hurts. It hurts you a lot, but you can still win this game.
That definitely does hurt this Bowling Green team. At the line for a couple of free throws is Jalen Solinger. Solinger hits the first. A dancing Jar Jar Binks doing Gangnam Style on the scoreboard here. Does not phase Jalen Solinger. He hits both up to a game high 21 points.
Definitely phased me.
Kent State leading by 10, 71-61.
Probably why I'm not a basketball player.
Javante Campbell with it for Bowling Green. Marcus Johnson backing down inside, down low, kicks it out to Dejon Humphrey. His three-pointer goes. Dejon Humphrey up to 8 points. Bowling Green within 7.
Humphrey just stepping up at the right time. If you're not going to have any points today, he's scored 8 already in just a couple minutes in the second half. He's now 2 away from hitting 1,000 points in his college career.
For Jalen Solinger,
Humphrey
is 4 away from that mark.
You're right.
As Solinger drives inside, gets the layup to go, and one opportunity coming up for Jalen Solinger. I was just about to say, for Sullinger, another 20-point game here, his 5th of the season. One behind Von Cameron Davis, who has 6. It is his 11th 20-point game of his collegiate career at Kent State.
Von Cameron Davis, he still has a chance to hit another 20-point game today as well. He's got 17.
Von Cameron Davis today with his 20th double-digit scoring game of the season, 55th of his college career. Sullinger finishes the end one opportunity. 74-64, back to a 10-point double-digit advantage for the Golden Flashes. 6.5 to play. Humphrey kicks it over to Derek Butler. Butler step back 3 from the corner. Does not go. We're going to have a foul called on Jalen Sullinger. That'll be Sullinger's first personal. We have one player each on each team, I should say, in foul trouble currently. Neither of them on the court. Sion Medley with 4 for Kent State. Jemai Felt with 4 for Bowling Green.
You kind of just have to save them now for the later minutes of this game, depending on how this one shakes out.
Derek Butler hits his first from the line. Retreats back out to the 3-point line, then heads back to the charity stripe.
First points of the day for Derek Butler as well, off that free throw.
That is shocking. Haven't said his name much. He has been extremely quiet. 0 for 4 from the field. Missed his only 3-point attempt before that foul on that second one. Just 2 points now on the day for Derek Butler after a 2 for 2 trip to the free throw line. Davis inside, floater goes. He's 1 away from 20. Back to a 10-point advantage for Kent State with 6 to play. Marcus Johnson hands it off to Dejon Humphrey, now to Butler. Butler over to Campbell. Still beyond the 3-point arc. Campbell now makes his move inside. Almost lost the ball, kicks it up top to Marcus Johnson. 10 on the shot clock for Bowling Green. Johnson moving to his right, now retreats back to the 3-point line, top of the key. Fade away just inside the 3-point arc by Johnson, does not go. Rebounded by Gillespie. Kent State starting to slow down their offense, bleed at this clock, 5.5 to play.
Yeah, things are looking more and more grim for Bowling Green. It looks like Jemai Felt is going to be ready to check in this one.
He will be. Talk with Todd Simon as Sumlin goes to the ground. Butler trying to strip the ball away from him. I believe we're going to have a jump ball called. Now we're going to have a timeout. Timeout called by Kent State before a jump ball could be called. Possession arrow is pointing towards Bowling Green, but Kent State aware of it. 30-second timeout. They will have, it appears, 1 timeout remaining. BG will have all 3. Timeout's not really a worry right now if you're Rob Senderoff, though, with the lead you have.
Absolutely.
Todd Simon going to want to conserve those till the end of the game.
And definitely, look at how this one shakes out. It's probably going to be a pretty close end to this half, or end of this game, I should say.
76-66 with 5:21 to play. On the day right now, Kent State shooting 58% from the field. On the season, they're shooting 42.4%. Inbounded here, Von Cameron Davis will take a triple, comes up short, airballed, but Sumlin is there to rebound it, just like a pass, and put it up for 2, up to a 12-point advantage for Kent State.
Great job by Sumlin, just right place, right time. Not much else you can say about a play like that.
Javante Campbell with it. Gives it up top to Johnson, now over to Butler. Derek Butler, guarded by Sullinger, gives it off. Marcus Johnson, 3-pointer in front of the Bowling Green bench, does not go. Javante Campbell fighting for the offensive rebounds. We're going to have a foul call on Campbell. We will. He was trying to strip it out of the hands of Sumlin. Got a little too aggressive. Or actually, I'm going to have it the other way around. It's going to be a foul on Sumlin as Javante Campbell was stripping the ball away from him. Heads up defense by Javante Campbell. Sumlin's 4th personal foul of the game.
And another one to the steal watch for Javante Campbell.
Yes.
That's going to be his first steal of the night.
So now just 7 away from tying the record. 4 away from tying his personal season high. Gets the first one to go from the line. probably the quietest 2 defensive games of the season for Campbell. Just 3 combined steals past 2 games, way below his season average. He averages more steals per game than he has over the past 2.
He's been focusing a little bit more on scoring these past 2 nights. 20 against Buffalo, 17 today.
He goes 2 for 2 from the line, back to a 10-point deficit, 78-68. Bowling Green just at some point is going to need to put their foot on the pedal and get a big run going. Have been unable to do that so far. As Davis drives inside, kicks out to an open Sullinger in front of the Kent State bench. That one rattles out. Jamai Felt with the rebound, kicks it up top to Javante Campbell. He drives coast to coast, gets the layup to go. Javante Campbell up to a team-high 19 points.
It's Bowling Green, they're just keep fighting and chipping away. It still feels like they're just one step behind Kent, though, no matter how close they get.
This one knocked away and stolen away by Campbell. Mark it down for his 2nd steal of the game. He drives, cannot get it to go, but he is fouled. Javante Campbell getting some momentum and energy into this Bowling Green team.
What a sequence for Javante Campbell. He's now credited with 2 steals on the day. Actually, this will be credited to Dejon Humphrey.
It will be.
The steal.
Dejon Humphrey did not get away there, so they're going to give Humphrey the credit for that one. That'll be his 2nd steal of the game. And the foul is going to be on Sion Medley. Medley will foul out of this game. We will not see any more of Sion Medley. He'll head to the back for an early shower. And we will reach the under 4 media timeout, the final scheduled media timeout of this one. 3:56 to play here at the Stroh Center. Bowling Green making a run. They trail Kent State 78-70. We have Javante Campbell. Free throws on their way when we come back from the break. You're listening to BGSU Men's Basketball on Falcon Radio.
BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Back here at the Stroh Center, Bowling Green getting some momentum on their side, Artie. Trail Kent State by just 8 now, 78-70. And we have a couple Javante Campbell free throws on their way.
Definitely, and Campbell on that 20-point watch as well. He's on the verge of 19. So back-to-back 20-point outings for Javante Campbell. And, up down by 8. Bowling Green scored 42 points this half. So they've eclipsed by 14 what they amassed in the first half with 28 points. Still doable. Still a doable win today for Bowling Green if they can pull it off.
Definitely is. Javante Campbell at the line, misses the first. I got to tell you, missed free throws have killed this Falcons team trying to put together momentum in the second half. 11 for 17 now on 11 for 16 on free throws in the second half.
But they're shooting 10 for 11 in the first.
Campbell goes 1 for 2, does cut it down to a 7-point game, 78-71.
They reached 20 points for the second game in a row. So 20 against Buffalo and 20 tonight.
5th 20-point performance of the season for Javante Campbell, second most on this BG team, trailing Marcus Johnson's 10. Davis with it, gives it to Hornbeek. Hornbeek, little hook floater shot goes there. 80-71, Kent State leads. Campbell kicks it to Butler. Derek Butler jacks up a three, does not go. Jemai Felt fights for the offensive rebound, gets it, throws it back into Johnson. He pulls the triple. That goes. What an effort by Jemai Felt. And Johnson finishes it off with three.
That might be the play of the year, honestly. Jemai Felt falling out of bounds, one hand, finds a perfect pass to Marcus Johnson for an easy three. What a play by both men.
By Cameron Davis, shoves Dejon Humphrey to the ground, goes reverse layup, went too fancy with it. Javante Campbell going to come away with a steal, and he'll draw, or with a rebound, I should say, and he'll draw a foul, and the Stroh Center's getting rowdy.
Only down by 6 now is Bowling Green.
And they have all of the momentum on their side. Javante Campbell goes back to the line. He's 8 for 11 there today, split his last pair of shots at the charity stripe. Campbell hits the first. 2:59 to play. When trailing with 5 minutes remaining, which is what Bowling Green has faced today, they are just 1-14 this season and 3-25 in the Simon era, trying to get an unlikely win here today at the Stroh Center.
Crowd is getting hyped. They're getting into it now.
Campbell hit both. They trail by just 4, 80-76. Sullinger kicks it over to Sumlin. Now to Davis. Davis makes his move inside. Gets a mistimed jump from Dejon Humphrey. Draws a foul and gets the layup to go. And one opportunity incoming for Von Cameron Davis. And just like that, Kent State with a pair of 20-point scores here today. The foul was on Dejon Humphrey, his second. Chance for Davis to put it back to a 7-point lead. Boy, felt like all the momentum was going BG's way there. Brought it within 4 and nearly doubled on one possession. It might seem, as he misses the free throw, still a 6-point game. Campbell working inside, puts up a layup that goes back to a 4-point deficit. 82-78. The crowd's into it here at the Stroh Center. Bowling Green bench wanting more noise.
Bowling Green bench all on their feet now. So is the entire Stroh.
Sullinger kicks it over to Barnett. Marquise Barnett lost it, got it back. Finds Davis wide open, now to Hornbeak down low. Marcus Johnson strips it away out of bounds. Kent State will inbound it with 10 on the clock. 2:10 on the game clock, 10 on the shot clock.
Bowling Green scored 50 points this second half. Campbell has 24, Johnson 18.
They have outscored the Golden Flashes 50-41 in the second half. After being down 41-28 at halftime, they trail by just 4 here. Ooh. We're going to have a foul on Derek Butler trying to move around a Claron Hornbeak screen.
It's going to draw the boos here from the Stroh Center.
And Todd Simon, once again, all he can do is put his hands behind his back and look straight up into the lights here at the Stroh Center, watching from afar on the bench.
I mean, especially when you send a guy like Jalen Sullinger to the line as well.
Sullinger, a 1-and-1, hits the first. He's not going to miss many. 83.8% from the line this season. Today, a perfect 10 for 10. Sullinger's season high is 32. He's up to 25, chance to make it 26 here today. He does make it 26, 11 for 11 from the line. 84-78, Kent State leads. Approaching 2 minutes to play. Javante Campbell with it, making his move inside. Claron Hornbeak goes up to try to block it. Campbell is fouled in the layup attempt. We'll see who they assign it to.
Looks like they're going to be assigned to Hornbeak. Well,
it will be on Mike Bakelja, his second. Haven't said Bakelja's name much today. No
quiet.
Points, 0 for 2 shooting, both three-pointer attempts not falling.
Only played 11 minutes as well.
Campbell back to the line for 2 attempts. Stroh Center falls dead quiet as Campbell hits his first. Chance once again here to bring it back within 4.
Because I've been saying that a lot today, especially the second half.
There's been a lot of back and forth with no lead changes. Just a lot of back and forth of how close BG can get before Kent State goes back on a little run. Gets it to go there, 2-for-2 trip, up to 26. They trail 84-80, does Bowling Green. Falcons need defense to come up clutch here. Little trap on the other end. Javante Campbell's going to pick up a foul. Got too aggressive trying to pickpocket Jalen Solinger, and Campbell picks up his 3rd foul. Just could not have that if you're Bowling Green. You do not want to send Jalen Solinger to the line this early.
Especially with the score. It's going to get back to a 6-point lead. It's going to make you even tougher for you to regain it.
Just some careless fouls here today by this Falcons team. 18 on the game, 19 for Kent State. Solinger hits the first, 12 for 12 from the line today. Exact checks out for Marcus Johnson. On the court right now for BG, Johnson, Felt, Butler, Campbell, Humphrey. 13 for 13 from the free throw line. 28 points for Jalen Solinger. What a performance by Solinger here so far today. Javante Campbell with it under 2 minutes to play. Gives it off to Marcus Johnson. Corner 3 rattles out. Rebounded by Kent State. Solinger grabbed it right at the baseline, kept his feet in bounds. He'll drain the clock going down the other way.
If they score here, it could be the dagger.
Very well could be. 90 seconds to play in the Stroh Center. 86-80, Kent State leads. 10 on the shot clock. Solinger driving inside. Floater, it goes. Solinger extends the lead back out to 8. BG's going to need some points here in this possession, and points quick.
Might have to foul as well, depending on how long you take here.
Javante Campbell drives inside, kicks out, wide open Marcus Johnson from the wing. He drains it. Huge three-pointer by Johnson. Immediate timeout called by Bowling Green.
Got to conserve the clock. Got to save as much time as you possibly can when you're down by 5 now.
That was a huge three-point make by Marcus Johnson. He had missed the one in the corner, possession before. Comes back and makes that one. He is now past the 20-point mark, his 11th 20-point game of this season at 21. So 4 20-point scores here today, one of them reaching 30 in Solinger. What a performance by these 4 guys. Cameron Davis, Jalen Solinger, Javante Campbell, and Marcus Johnson here today.
I mean, this is some of the best players in the MAC by far. You know, you look at the stats, Javante Campbell, one of the best defenders, Jalen Solinger, Cameron Davis, some of the best scorers, and Marcus Johnson obviously leads the MAC in points per game. So just obviously, you're just witnessing great basketball from 4 great guys here today.
88-83. It is Kent State's ball, 1:08 to play. Both teams guaranteed 2 free throws on any foul. We will see how long BG waits the foul after they trap with the press defense. Will be a full court press here. Solinger will inbound. Inbounds it to Barnett. He passes it off to Davis, back to Solinger. BG has not fouled. Solinger on the other side. BG still not fouling. They're going to try to force a miss here. Solinger's going to drain the clock.
This is risky if you're Bowling Green.
BG needs a miss on this possession. 10 on the shot clock. Solinger with the top of the key, guarded by Humphrey. Making his move to the left, step back, picks it up. Finds Sumlin, top of the key. He drives inside. Floater does not go. Rebounded by Campbell. Campbell not fouled, taking it the other way. 34 on the clock and counting. Campbell gives it to Butler. Butler picks up his dribble. He's fouled. Clock stops at 29.4. A ton of clock off, but no points for Kent State is the bright side.
That's be Sumlin's 5th foul as well. He's going to check out of this one too.
Derek Butler will be at the line for 2. Butler 2 for 2 at the charity stripe here today.
Been a very quiet game for Butler, especially by his standards.
Quiet.
Only 2 points, hasn't hit a single shot from the field, even though he is 2 from 2 from the line.
Outside of the first game when he moved to the bench, when he was not feeling well, this is the first game we have seen a lack of scoring from Derek Butler since assuming that six-man role off of the bench.
On the bench, though, Wilkins Jr. exec has really stepped up today. 11 points, 7 rebounds, and a block. So big game for Exact. Arguably his best of the season.
Derek Butler on the season, 74.3% from the line. Butler takes a few deep breaths, hits the first one from the line to a 4-point game. Chance to make it a one-possession game. And if you're BG, you would love to force a turnover right after. It's going to be a tough task. But that's best case scenario for this Falcons team.
Especially without fouling.
More than likely, you will have the foul, and it'll be a challenge to foul someone with a lower free throw percentage.
Ball would definitely be going to Sullinger on this next possession.
Butler misses the second. Rebounded by Hornbeek. BG still has not fouled. To Davis. To Sullinger. Still has not fouled. Back to Davis. BG finally fouls.
I think his strategy was there just to get the ball out of the hands of Jalen Sullinger.
I think it was. They did not want to foul Sullinger. 22.3 on the clock. Davis not a slouch from the line. 76.5% on the season. He is 2 for 3 from there today. Marcus Johnson set the check in for Wilkins Jr. Exact at the next whistle. Davis hits the first. Makes it a 5-point game, 89-84. Low scoring first half, 41-28. 56-48, BG has outscored Kent State in a high-scoring shootout second half. Davis misses the second. Johnson gets the rebound. Shot clock off, under 20 seconds to play.
Gotta go.
Butler has the ball. Butler's got to do something. Gives it to Johnson. Deep three by Johnson off front iron. Rebounded by Sullinger. Campbell knocks him. That's going to be a foul on Javante Campbell. Sullinger will go to the line for 2. 11.4 to play. That'll about do it, more than likely.
Breaks my heart. It was a really close game. Bowling Green, they really showed up against a really tough opponent in the conference. Just could not get it done here today, unfortunately. In all likelihood, we still have time left, but still.
Sullinger hits the first from the line. 90-84. Jalen Sullinger ties a season high with 32 points, 91-84. Under 10 on the game clock. Marcus Johnson with the ball. Gives it off to Derek Butler for 3-2. Puts up a three-pointer. Does not go off back iron. Time expires. Bowling Green falls to Kent State, 91-84, in a second half shootout here at the Stroh Center. We'll take a quick break, come back and recap this one for you all. You are listening to BGSU Men's Basketball here on Falcon Radio.
Hey, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. When I was a Falcon, there was BGRSO. Now it's Falcon Media Sports Network. Keep up with all BGSU sports news and action by following BG_FMSN on Twitter/X and check out BGFalconMedia.com. Hi, Ziggy.
For all BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN and head over to BGFalconMedia.com. For all BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN and head over to BGFalconMedia.com.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hovey on the BGSU volleyball team, and these are my Falcon 4 off-day activities. My first one would be spend time with family and friends if they're in town because I love them. My second one would be read my book because it's relaxing. My third one would be go get coffee because who doesn't love coffee? And my fourth one would be go get groceries so I can make food for the week.
Interested in joining Falcon Media Sports Network? If you're looking to get involved, send an email to sports@bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here at the Stroh Center, the alma mater playing for Bowling Green. They fall to Kent State 91-84 in a second half shootout here at the Stroh Center. Artie, Bowling Green outscored Kent State 56-50 in the second half. It just wasn't enough.
It was not. It was very unfortunate. They played a great, fantastic second half of the game. Scored 51 points in the second half. Actually, I have to check that again. It might be larger than 56, I should say, in the second half, outscoring Kent State 56-50. Unfortunately, just couldn't get it done here today. They did come close. They managed to get things within a good score. Just couldn't finish things out, especially when we get to the later periods of time in the second half. They almost got it, but a bad foul by Derek Butler down the stretch sent Jalen Slinger to the line. That kind of sealed the deal for Kent State here today.
It really did. Just not the way down the stretch that Bowling Green would not envision it if they had their, just the fouls. I think the fouls is what killed them the most, and then some missed free throws. You just had too many missed free throws, like you said, down that stretch. Some brilliant performances on both sides here today. Jalen Solinger tying season high with 32 points. Perfect 15 for 15 from the free throw line. Goes 8 for 13 from the field. Von Cameron Davis adds in 22 for Kent State. Over on the BG side, Javante Campbell has 26, and he did reach 10 rebounds. A double-double for Javante Campbell. Had a triple-double earlier in the season. This is his first double-double only. And Marcus Johnson adds in 21. Campbell and Exact both with 4 offensive rebounds apiece. Exact was the only other double-digit scorer for BG, had 11, added in 7 total rebounds. Only other double-digit scorer for Kent State was Marquise Barnett, had 12 on 6 for 10 shooting. Overall, Kent State shoots 55.9% from the field, above their 42.4% season average. They go 5 for 17 from deep, below a 30% mark, but 20 for 23 from the line. BG shoots 40% from the field evenly, 24 for 60, 33.3% from deep, 9 for 27, and 27 for 34 from the line, under 80% from there. Like we mentioned, they outscored Kent State 56-50 in the second half after being down 41-28 at halftime. Kent State led in assists 19-12. Low turnover game all in all. Kent State with 9 turnovers, BG with 8. Kent State had 4 steals and 5 blocks. BG with 4 steals and 3 blocks. And Bowling Green actually won the rebounding battle against one of the better rebounding teams in the MAC, 36-30, 13 offensive rebounds compared to the Golden Flash's 6 offensive boards. But you look down at some of these points from categories. Bench points, BG has 14, but Kent State has 26. BG does lead in fast break points, 13-3, and second chance, 14-11. But the one that really sticks out is 50-26. Kent State outscores Bowling Green in the paint. They just dominated the painted area on offense and defense today.
I mean, you had Sullinger, you had Von Cameron Davis really attacking that area pretty consistently. Also Barnett and Hornbeak as well. So not really a surprise to really get up there in those numbers if you're the Golden Flashes. Unfortunately, Bowling Green, they just couldn't keep up in that area for a pretty long time.
Do have some tough results for Bowling Green, too, on the scoreboard. One that is good is Ball State falls to Toledo, 67-66. So Ball State now goes to 6-7 on the season. Bowling Green sits at 4-9. Kent State now 8-5. These are all MAC records. Don't see a result from Ohio Central Michigan or Western Michigan Buffalo. Eastern Michigan knocking off Miami. That hurts Bowling Green. Eastern Michigan goes to 6-7. Now 2 games up on BG in the MAC makes it a lot harder. And then you have Akron. Looks like they're going to survive a little bit of a scare. A minute left there over Northern Illinois, 69-60. So that will be a good result. I mean, Northern Illinois is not in it, though. So making things tougher for Bowling Green. That Eastern Michigan win for sure. What are your final takeaways from this one already before we head off the air?
I mean, just first off, the rough free throw shooting in the second half really hurt them a lot. I think 17 from 23. Just not hitting those shots at the right time. You know, Javante missed 1, Trey missed 2. Sorry, excuse me. I think somebody else missed something. My bad.
Jemai missed a couple.
Jemai missed a couple bad ones, but. Unfortunate. Also, just bad fouls at the wrong times. Obviously, the officiating crew, they were calling a lot today, so maybe I can give them Bowling Green a little leeway. But Derek Butler had a really bad moving through the screen call at one of the worst times in the game.
Yeah.
That really killed the Falcons' momentum a lot. So just bad personal fouls with 20 today. Granted, so did Kent State. Also, just pretty poor defense at times, especially when it came to guarding Sullinger and guarding the in-the-paint play. Just couldn't get it done.
For sure. So next up, Bowling Green. They will have the Battle of I-75. They will travel to Savage Arena in Toledo to battle the Rockets. That is on Friday. It'll be nationally televised on CBS Sports Network. We will also have a call on Falcon Radio for that game. Tip-off is at 6 p.m. Artie, you and I will be on the air around 5:45 for that one for pregame. So make sure to tune back in to Falcon Radio on Friday at 5:45 for pregame, 6 p.m. for tip-off between BG and Toledo in the Battle of I-75. Before we go off air, want to send some thank yous around. First to board operator Holden Ruck back in the Falcon Radio studios. We had some difficulty getting on air originally because of some technical difficulties, but Holden was able to figure out that issue and get us on the air. So thankful to Holden for figuring that out. Also, Kevin Hutchinson back there shadowing him and getting us on air and off air for a lot of this broadcast. Also like to thank Lucas Kleinmeyer, Falcon Media Sports Director, for scheduling this all out, giving us the opportunities to do this, and Carl Smith, the Falcon Media Advisor, for keeping us all in line and giving us all the opportunities that we have at the Falcon Media Sports Network and with BG Falcon Media. But for that, that'll do it for us here at the Stroh Center. Kent State winners over Bowling Green 91-84. For Kevin Hutchinson, Holden Ruck, Artie Abrego, this is Tyler Cavlett saying, have a great night and stay safe, everybody. This broadcast has been a Falcon Media Sports Network production. For more BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN, BG Falcon Media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and head over to BGFalconMedia.com.